Hello everyone, hello, and welcome to my newest video. This is quite a different video from what I usually post. I'm a big gamer. I love PC games, and that's all I've pretty much posted about ever on YouTube. But I also am a pretty big gambler. I like gambling, I like money, but I'm tired of losing it to DraftKings. So, with that being said, I made this video because I found a secret. I found a big secret, guys, that no one will share with you, but I will. I've looked left and right, up and down, and I could not find this on the internet anywhere. I'm looking for a spreadsheet to help me auto-calculate a lineup based on projections to pretty much give you the best lineup possible for MLB baseball on DraftKings. I absolutely hate baseball. I absolutely love DraftKings. I don't know anything about baseball, so I needed a little help. Now, I looked everywhere on the internet. As I said, I couldn't find any good videos. There were videos out there, but they were absolute crap. Didn't explain anything to me, and they weren't going to help me at all. Now, today, when I'm making this video, is opening day of baseball season 2017. I made a crap-tastic lineup of players I've never heard of in my life, and I got absolutely demolished. Done. I'm not going the entire 7-month baseball season losing money like this, so I acted on it. Here we go. This is what I came up with, guys, and I'm going to help you. Follow me step by step here, okay? We're going to start with Google Sheets. And just so you know, I made it ahead of time so that it would all work out, and I wouldn't be looking like a fool here trying to calculate all these formulas and all this other crap that you have to do here. So I'm going to make it easy for you. You're going to watch what I do. You're going to copy everything I do. We're going to make money together, folks. It's going to be great. Donald Trump voice. All right. Starting from scratch. Google Sheets. First thing you're going to want to do once you open that up is title this thing, because this is going to be blank. We'll call it an MLB Optimizer, okay? I'll call it 2 because I'm pretty sure I already have one named that. Name it whatever you want. I don't care what you name it. Doesn't matter. But you will need 2 things before we start here. See this little red square here in my Google Chrome browser? It's called Table Capture, and I'll try my best to find it and put a link below. If I can't, you're on your own. Find it on your own. It's amazing, and it's going to save you a ridiculous amount of time, because if you're like me, you'll be making these lineups every single day. So it's called Table Capture. What it does is it reads any tables on any web page that you're viewing, and it lines them up for you to click and just copy the entire thing in one click, so you don't have to drag and control C and all this other nonsense. It works most of the time. It doesn't work on every website. It actually doesn't work on some of the websites I'm going to show you here today. So it works on most. Just get it. Trust me, and know they're not paying me. Now, the other thing you're going to need here is an actual Google Sheets add-on. It's called Open Solver. You can see it right here. Without this, this is useless. So you have to get Open Solver. Just go to your add-ons in Google Sheets and download that. I'll try my best again to find it and put a link. But I'm retarded with stuff like this. I find it and then I forget where the hell I got it from. But I'll try. All right, let's start up here. First thing you're going to want to do, you're going to have a tab here. It's not going to be called Optimizer. It's just going to have blank name on it. You're going to want to rename it to Optimizer. Okay, there you go. That's going to be our Optimizer tab. This is going to be pretty much the brain of the operation here. There's going to be a bunch of stuff going on in this tab. All players' names, their salaries, everything. We'll get into that later. You're going to want another tab here, okay? Sheet 9, you want to rename this. We'll name this the Projections tab, okay? Alright, that's going to have our projections in it. Another tab that we're going to need is our actual lineups. So we'll call this our Lineups tab. Alright, those are your 3 main tabs. That's your backbone there. You need all 3 of those. Now, every other tab from this point on is going to be up to you. You choose a website that has projections on it. There's about 11,000 of them on the internet. Find whichever one you want. There's free ones, there's paid ones. There's not much difference between any of them. Free ones are fine. I have a couple paid ones I use, but that's just because I do DraftKings on a daily basis. So I'll show you a couple of the free ones here. We have, I got a couple of them in my bar here. Numberfire is free. So whatever website you pick, you want to name your tab after that website. And it's very important you spell it properly because it's going to be included in some of the formula that we are going to do in just a bit. So we want to name this one here Number Fire. That's where I'm going to go with my first website. And I'm only going to show you 3. On my one that I actually use, I have about 11. The more you have, the better, folks. These are projections that vary wildly. And actually, I'll show you here because I did this earlier. You can see just between these 3 websites for Clayton Kershaw, Number Fire had him at 23 points. Roto Grinders at 33. Fantasy Pros around 27. And there's your average. But as you can see, the more that you have, the more flat line your average will be. You want to have at least a minimum of 3. If you can find 5, great. Stick with 5. But 3 will get you by. Just not as good as me. Anyways, next. We can use, I have Roto Grinders up here. Roto Grinders absolutely sucks, but everyone uses them. They're free. They'll give you a number. They don't even project every player for the slates, which pisses me off to no end. For the fact of this video, we'll use Roto Grinders. And then I think I got Fantasy Pros up there. We'll go with Fantasy Pros. Just rename it to Fantasy Pros. And we're going to stop here. Now you can go on and 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 just have tabs up the ass of websites that you're going to pull projections from. Okay, but I'm not going to show you that many because I don't have that much time, and nobody likes a YouTube video longer than 8 minutes and 47 seconds, and I'm definitely going to pass that. Piss people off. Anyways, so we're all set here. This is all we need to pretty much get started and make a basic template to win some money on DraftKings Baseball, okay? First thing you want to do, lineups. Nothing here, it's blank. That's bad. We need to fill this, and you're going to fill this every day, guys. First thing you want to do with lineups is go to DraftKings, okay? 84 bucks, my God. I got to get my money up tonight. Baseball, MLB. Pick whatever slate you want to play. I don't care what it is. Just if you want to play the 50K moonshot, click enter. Whichever one you want to play, you click enter. Okay, make sure you keep this checked or you're going to have a billion pictures showing up here. You only want your starters. Click export to CSV right here on the bottom. You got to do this from a PC, guys. I don't think you can do it from a tablet. So yeah, just do this from your PC. It's going to download the roster for that slate that you picked. And you want to open that up. Here you go. This is the roster for the slate that you picked. Only thing you're going to need is position, name, salary. Nothing else matters. So click that. And once again, every day, guys, you have to do this for the slate that you want to play. You have to get these names, okay? Oh, crap. I went way too far. Good Lord. Oh, 3.5 years later. There we go. All right, you want to take all of those. You want to Control C. That copies this, and you know it's copied because it's got the little Pac-Mans driving around the thing there, the frame. Okay, come back into your Optimizer Lineups tab. Control V is going to paste it in there. Boom. That's your lineups for the slate that you want to play. Okay, that's all the players that are going to be available for that slate. What you want to do now is take the name, move it into A. All good. So you got name, then you have position, then you have salary in that order. Now you want to take all of these things. You want to go all the way down, highlight them all again. Control C again. This one doesn't have the really funny Pac-Mans moving around, but it has white lines. That's how you know it's copied. So you want to copy it all. Come into your projections tab, okay? Control V and paste that in there. So right now these two are the same. It's going to change shortly, don't worry. So you're done with your lineups tab, guys. That's all you have to do every day. Go to DraftKings, export to CSV, copy and paste it into your lineups tab, move the name over, slide it into projections. Okay, that's all you got to do. Now comes the fun part. You want to go to your various websites, okay, and get your info from these websites. So Number Fire is first here. So we'll go to Number Fire. I already have it on my favorites, which is a good idea to do if you're going to be doing this every day. Number fire is a little funky with table capture. Table capture doesn't read it properly for some reason. As you can see, it's not highlighting the one I need, which is this huge one with all the names on it. And I'll show you about that later. So with number fire, you're gonna have to drag and click. Make sure it's on DraftKings for number fire, and any website you're on, by the way, make sure it's DraftKings. Sometimes they start at FanDuel, which is blasphemy, but whatever. You want to go to your pictures, okay? And with this one, you're gonna have to drag all the way to the bottom. Control C to copy that. Make sure you're in your number fire tab when you come back to your Google Sheets, and Control V. So there's all the pictures, relief pictures, starting pictures, even pictures that probably aren't going to pitch. Oh no, they only have projected pictures, which is good. So there's all your pictures, and it's in your number fire tab from your number fire website, okay? Now we got to get our batters. So you click batters. Make sure it says DraftKings. Do the same thing. Drag it all the way down. There's going to be a lot of them, boys. All the way down to the last, to this poor little Rainy Rivera, whoever the hell that is. Poor Mets. Control C to copy that, and then you want to go to right under where your pitchers are and Control V. Boom. There's all your batters. So you have every player for that slate is now in your number fire tab. Number fire is done. Next tab says Roto Grinders, or whatever site you used. Go to that website. Sucky ass Roto Grinders. I'm on NBA because I love it. I want to switch to MLB. Now, these are a little hard. Actually, I'll put these links below for you because some of them can be very tricky to find the actual projections on the website. You got to drive through a maze to get there of premium content that they want you to buy. I'll just put these straight links below so you can skip all that and then save it to your favorites, save you some time. But this right here is your Roto Grinders crap. You can select whatever slate you want. I just leave that blank because you want to take all the players that are going to play that day. It doesn't matter if they're in your slate or not. You want to get all the players. So what you want to do here is just take this, just get the names. This is going to save you time. Just copy the names. As you can see how few names they actually have compared to Fantasy Pros there. And come back into your Roto Grinders tab and just Control V to paste the names. Okay. You go to your pitchers. You got to get your projected points from your hitters. So you get your points from your hitters. Just this yellow one here. Just these points. You don't need anything else. Control C and throw those right next to it in B. Control V to paste. So now you have your hitters and their projected points. Now you can do the pitchers, okay? Let's go up here, click our pictures, take them, take the names, Control C, paste it right down here, Control V, come back, get the points, Control C, and Control V. Very short Roto Grinders lineup here, but you get the point. You have the names, you have the projected points. That's all you need. Roto Grinders done. Next, Fantasy Pros. Let's go to Fantasy Pros. Okay, I'm in NBA. Once again, you got to go to MLB Lineup Optimizer. It blasphemized itself and started in FanDuel. Make sure you don't do FanDuel. It is so different from DraftKings and points. If you're importing FanDuel projected points, you're just going to screw yourself up completely, and you're going to lose all your money. So click DraftKings, make sure it says MLB, and I believe table capture works for this one here. So it has all the players' projections here. It should have every player. Click on table capture. And it does. As you can see, you want the biggest number here. That's going to be the one you want. And it highlights it. 217 names by 12 columns. That's the one you want, the player pool. Click copy to clipboard. And that's it. Just Control V. And it's going to paste all that info in there for you. That's the easiest one you got right there. Names are here. Projected points are in H. So that's our 3 tabs with our projections for the day. And any slate you want to play, you got to do that all over again. So don't forget, if you want to play tomorrow, obviously there's going to be different players and names and projections and everything. You got to go to the websites and copy and paste over this. Okay, so that's it. We got all our info that we need to get started. Our lineups are in, our projections are here, and our names are here. Now, next thing you want to do in your projections tab, you want to make columns for each of these tabs. Whatever website you're using, you want to make one column for each. So we'll start with the number fire. Okay, that's a number fire. Next is Roto Grinders. And then there's Fantasy Pros. Okay. And then after this, you're going to put a projection column. That's going to show their total projected average points. So this is going to be a big, long, funky function formula, whatever they call it in this, that you're going to have to put here. I already did it here. As you can see, it looks absolutely ridiculous. I'm just going to copy it and paste it here. Control V, and I'll try my best to explain this formula to you. Hopefully you can see it. What this formula is doing is equals if error, parentheses, index, parentheses, number fire, blah, 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 blah. So, and I'll find a way to blow this up so you guys can read it easier, because it's going to be difficult to explain this. Just to break it down, what this formula is saying is it's going to index this tab, number fire. So if you're not using number fire, if you're using whatever website you're using, you have to put the name of the tab right here. Has to match the name of the tab exactly, okay? Because what this is telling this formula to do is to index this tab, whatever name of the tab is. For this first column here, column D, we want it to be number fire because our tab says number fire. So it's going to look in this tab. It's going to look in column B. Okay? That's for the points. That's what we're trying to get here. The points from column B in the number fire tab. That's what all this orange means here. Then it's going to reference a match. It's trying to match something here. So we put match. Now don't worry what all this means. I can't really explain it. I'm not a teacher. I'm actually pretty dumb when it comes to explaining things. But don't worry about what it means. Just copy it exactly. This is going to match whatever's in A2, which is that name, Corey Kluber. It's going to match that in the number fire tab, column A. So it's going to look for whatever's in A2. In this case, it's Corey Kluber. It's going to look for that name in this number fire tab, column A. Okay? Roto Grinders, a little bit different. Let's see here what we got for Roto Grinders. We use a Vlookup here. A Vlookup for Roto Grinders. So I'm going to explain that to you as best I can. We paste that in. Once again, equals if error. Vlookup. Okay? Vlookup A3 Roto Grinders A1 B2 false 0. That makes no sense to anyone here. Not me either. I don't know what the hell he's trying to say. But anyways, A3. Okay? This should be A2, but anyway. This is just the box or whatever you want to call it here that you're referencing in here that you want to look up. Once again, it's his name in box A2, Corey Kluber. We want to look up A2, that name, in this tab. Whatever tab you use, make sure you name it appropriately. I'm using Roto Grinders for this column E. That's the tab I want to pull from, so I write Roto Grinders, exclamation point, $ A1. All this means, oh God, I'm so bad at this. All this means is it's going to look in Roto Grinders tab, column A, for whatever the hell's in A2 here. So it's looking for Corey Kluber because that's what's in A2 here in the Roto Grinders tab, column A, because that's where the names are. The names are in column A, so it's going to look there. Once it finds Corey Kluber, it's going to then go to column B and look for what's in there and pull it into here. The 2 is just 2 digits after the decimal point. Otherwise, we'd have numbers 85 billion numbers long. That's all that 2 means. So yeah, this is Fantasy Pros formula. Okay, long formula. It's pretty much almost exactly the same as the number fire one. I'm just going to copy it in here again and paste it. So it's indexing. It's an IFR index. It's indexing the Fantasy Pros tab. Okay, now our points in the Fantasy Pros tab are in column H. As you can see, it's going to reference H for the points. And if you look, wherever your projected points are, right here, H, that's the column it's going to look for the points, because that's what we're trying to pull over. So it's going to index the Fantasy Pros tab, column H. That's all the points. It's going to match those points with whatever's in A2 over here, or A3 or A4, column A. That's what these ampersands are, by the way. It means the entire column. Okay, sorry about that. I just messed up the spreadsheet ridiculously by misclicking a button, and I had to erase it all, and I skip that part of the video. You don't need to see that. So what you need to do here is you got your 3 formulas right here. Now pause this video, rewind it as many times as you need to. Rewind it. God, that shows how old I am. Pause this video, go back, look at these formulas, whatever you got to do, just make sure they're exactly like this, or it's not going to work and you're not going to figure out why. You're going to get pissed off, you're going to break stuff. Just copy these formulas exactly. Now when you got these formulas in here, you want it to be for all these names, right? So what you want to do is take this little little blue box in the corner here, click it, and just drag it down to wherever the last name is on your slate. And you know, this thing slides up and down every day. So if you have more names tomorrow than you did today, just click it here and drag it all the way down to the last name. If you have less names than you did, just grab it and drag it back up again. That's as easy as that is. And it's going to carry that formula down to every cell that you highlight. So there they are. Now you want to average this all out. You want to get the average of however many websites you used here. I used 3. So I'm just going to take the formula I used. This is just going to save me some time. I'll show you this. I'm going to copy it. You want to put this formula here in G or whatever column it is. Equals IF error, average, and now this is the important part. I only used 3 websites and 3 columns, so I only need 3 formulas. D2, I want to take this number, okay, E2, which is this number, and F2, which is that number. Now if you had more, like G, if you had Roto Wire here, or you had I don't know, like 10 different websites in here, you want to take G2, you want to take H2, you want to take I2, J2, however many projections you have, and you want to put it right in here, all of them, and write it exactly like this. You want the average of them all. So there you go. That averaged all 3 of these out, and that's their average projection right there. Okay, same thing. Drag this down to the last name, and there you go. Oh, as you can see, I'm glad this happened. Really glad this happened. This is what happens. Numbers go on infinitely, if that's even a damn word. They go on forever, damn it. You don't want that. You want it to look nice and pretty like this. Just 2, right? Easy way to fix that, you go to Format, Number, and Number. There you go. That fixes that stupid problem that I hate so much. So there you go. You have your projections right here. I'm really worried that there's not enough players for me to make this thing work. But anyways, we'll try it. We'll try it anyways. You're 90% done now. You have, without the optimizer, this is what they call a projection sheet. Okay, you're done with your projection sheet. Congratulations. This is what they're projected to make based on the averages of the websites that you chose. Now we want to not do any work. We want this Google Sheets to do all of the work for us. So now we're going to make the optimizer. Okay, it might get a little confusing here, but this is the last stretch. Bear with me, hang with me. Don't get frustrated. We're almost rich. Here's our optimizer. Okay, this is what it's going to look like. Let's close that for a minute. Oh God, I'm almost thinking about making a separate video for this. It's going to be so long. Good Lord. No, I'll fight it through if you fight with me. All right. Optimizer time. First thing you want to do, right here's the optimizer, okay? We want to make our first tab say play with a question mark. Very easy. This is going to tell us whether we should play that player or not. That's all it's going to do. It's going to have a 1 if we should play it, a 0 if we should not, as you can see there. Next thing we want to do is the name, salary, projection. Okay, let's do name, salary, salary, and projection. Okay, and then we have position. That's our next tab. This is the position they play. Now you want to have one column for every position that DraftKings has in baseball. We're not going to worry about relief pitching or starting pitching or pitching or whatever. We're going to put all the pitchers under one title. We're going to call it SP for starting pitching. That's all the pitchers. Then we have a catcher. Then we have a first base. Then we have a second base. Then we have a third base. Then we got that little old shortstop and outfield. Okay? That's all you need. That's all your titles right there. Make it nice and pretty. I'm going to center it. Boom. Blow. There you go. That's everything you need. Play, name, salary, projection, position, starting pitching, catching, first base, second base, third base, shortstop, outfield. All the same as here. Okay. Now we got to fill this. We got to fill this sheet with some info for it to work. We got to put a little more salt on this steak here. What you want to do is go back to your lineups, okay? I lied earlier. I said you were done with your lineups. You're not. I lied right to your face. What you want to do is just take the names. Just take the names. You know, just Control C to copy only the names. So that's all you got here. You don't want this other stuff. Not yet. Just the names. Come back to your optimizer. Go to the top of this name tab, whatever it's called, column, and Control V. So, double click that. There are your names. Okay? Those are the players from your slate. And once again, every day this is going to change. Every day you got to copy and paste from your lineups. Next, we want to take this position, right? Drag that all the way down to the bottom of the name, positions I mean, and Control C. So now we have the positions right there. Control V. And finally, we have our salaries. Control C. Optimizer. Salary is right here. We can paste it, Control V, into the salaries. Okay? Now, everything else here is going to be pretty automated and a crap load of formulae. If you're ready. I hope you're ready. I hope your head's not pounding. I hope you're still with me. If you are, congratulations. Anyways, we want to pull our projections from here. Match the names with the projections and pull them over to here. Very similar to what we did with these numbers from these other tabs. So that's another formula that's going to go right here in the projection tab. I'll copy and paste it for you. Boom. Control C. Control V. Okay. Now, it's a VLOOKUP. It's IF error apostrophe VLOOKUP. It's going to look up B2, whatever's here in B2, Corey Kluber. It's going to look it in the projections tab, as you can see here, column A2, which is the name. Corey Kluber. Oh, okay, it found it in the projections tab, column A. So now we want to look in column G, which is the 7th column, for the number that's in there, which is 20.75. That's all this is. I can't explain it any better than that. I don't want to. I don't have time to. This video is long enough. Just copy this exactly and just be happy with that. Okay? Now do the same thing. Click the little pretty blue box. Drag it all the way down to the last name. And once again, it's going to be crappy infinite numbers. You want to go into format, number, okay? There you go, boom. So, it's got a lot of zeros in it because there's a lot of pitchers that aren't going to play today. I don't know why they include them. That pisses me off, but whatever. There's your projections. That's done. Now, what you got to do here is define what position they are. And depending on what position they are, these little boxes here are going to have a number in them, 0 or 1. So get ready for this formula because it's fucking mind-blowing. And I don't know how the hell I figured it out. But look at this thing. Look at this thing. Oh my God, I don't know how it is. This is why it took me 3 hours, guys. So be happy this video is only like whatever the hell long it is now. I'll explain this to you as best as I can once again. This is the starting pitcher, or the SP we'll call it, the pitcher column. What you're telling this column with this formula is equals if, or whatever is in E2, which is SP, or whatever their position is, if it equals SP, if it equals RP, or if it equals P. Put a 1 here. That's basically what it means. Basically what it means. Put a 1 here, or put a number here. Sorry, not a 1, a number. That means that that's their position. Now, SP is starting pitchers, RP is relief pitchers, P is pitchers. They're all pitchers. They all need to be in this column here. Okay? Now, the second portion of this, which is all this, says, oh God, if or whatever is in E2 is pretty much anything except for a pitcher. As you can see, I put, and you have to put these all. E2 equals C for catcher, E2 equals 1B for first base, E2 equals 2B, blah, 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 3B, shortstop, outfield. Equals all those, it's going to leave it blank. We don't want a number in there because that's not their position. Okay? So that's it right there. Just copy that exactly. Pause the video if you have to. Hopefully it's in HD. If not, you're probably screwed. And drag this down to the bottom name, whatever that may be. And you're going to notice, if they're not a pitcher of any sort, if this column doesn't say they're a pitcher, they don't have a number here. But if they're a pitcher, they got a number. That's telling this stupid Google Sheets that, hey, these people are pitchers. See, there's a number there. They must be a pitcher. Now we got to do the same thing for all these positions, one at a time. Catcher, I did this ahead of time because if I didn't, you can see how long it would take. It's pretty much the same thing. You just switch some letters around. So with a catcher, what DraftKings does to completely screw you up is they make players who do multiple positions. You have to put all those positions in this formula for it to work. So if or E2 equals C for catcher, if it equals C/OF, they're still a catcher, but sometimes they play outfield. 1B/C, 2B/C, 3B/C, etc. It'll put a number there. Or if there are any of these other positions, SP, 1B, 2B, 3B, SS, it leaves it blank. So we're going to drag this down, and I'm not going to explain this, anymore. Now first base is the same thing. First base, big long formula. My God, I hope I can put these on screen for you, or this is going to be torturous for you guys. Control V, drag the box down. There. Okay. Second base, this is the formula here. Oh man. Yeah, I'll find a way to put it on the screen. Otherwise, you guys are never going to look at this formula. Look at it. How did I do it? I'm retarded and I figured it out. I'm going to share it with you because these jerks on DraftKings, these big time players that win all the money, they don't share any of their secrets. I think it's time. We broke that, don't you? Here's the third baseman's formula. Control C, Control V, and drag the formula down to all the players. Okay. God, this video is long. I'm sorry, guys. Bear with me, please. Alright, what do we got here? Shortstop. Let's get that formula that I typed out 3 friggin' hours ago, thankfully. Paste it. And as I'm pasting this, I'll put the formula on the screen. You can just pause the video and write it down or whatever. Probably the best way to do it. And then our outfielders. which is this formula. Control C and Control V, and we drag it down. Okay, so that's done. That is all done. The only thing left to do now is to come all the way down, and you want to come way down. You want this to be way out of the way. On my other sheet, I'm down by like row 900. So let's go down to 900, okay? Boom, there she is, 900. And you'll see, hold on, sorry. We go down to 900 here. And we're going to have the rest of what we need to do right there. Okay, so the first thing you want to do in row 9, let me make sure it's in 900. This is actually 901. So we'll go to 901. You want to tell this sheet how many players it needs to make a full team. So we're going to call this players, okay? Go down 1. I'm sorry. We don't want to go down 1. We want to go down 3. 2, 3. Go down 3. And you want to put the number 10 because that's the amount of players that DraftKings uses. 2 pitchers, 3 outfielders, and the rest infield. That's 10 players. That's what you want this sheet to pick. You want it to pick 10 people for you. Now, in order for it to do that, you need to set a formula. Okay? Now, this right here is where you want the total number of players to go that it's going to pick, if that makes any sense. So, just bear with me. In cell A902, you want to put equals sum, S-U-M. That's going to add up certain columns and all that crap. Equals S-U-M, hit your tab key. Okay? Now, what you want to do is go all the way up to the top, start in A2. Click it and hold it. Don't let it go. Drag it all the way down. Drag it all the way down to that formula, wherever that 900 is, 902, whatever we're on. Drag it all the way down. Alright, right there, 900. Let it go. Done. Hit enter. That's done. You can see your formulas right there. That's all you need to do right there. Okay, what's next here? We want our salary, which is in C. So you want to come over to column C, 901. You want to title it salary. This is where you tell your spreadsheet the most that you can spend. On DraftKings, it's 50,000. There you go. You put 50,000 in C904. That's our max players. That's our max salary. Now, in order to track what we're spending, you need to put a formula here in C902. What you want to put in C902 is this formula here. Sum product of A2, which is the name, these 8 through 900, which is all the players, and then their salary. Once again, I'll put it on the screen. Just copy it exactly how I put it and leave that there in C902. That's all you need right there. So that part's done. Next, you want your score. This is what we're trying to do here, is score points. So score. And then you want to go down 1 to D902. Okay. This is the formula here. Sorry. This is the formula here. And once again, I'll put it on the screen just to save time. I'm not going to explain it because you know I'm not good at that. Okay, so that's all done. Players, salary, score. This is what we're trying to do here. Score points. Now you got to take all your positions right here. Every position that you made a column for and put it right here in G. Start in G901. So first one we had was SP. Then I think we had catcher. Then I think we had first base. Then below that second base. Then below that third base. Then below that shortstop. Then last are our outfielders. Those are our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 positions that DraftKings offers. Alright, you want to go over here. Let me give you this formula. It's just the sum of those rows. So what you want to do is SP, click this box. All right, you want the sum. This is the total number of equals SUM tab. Go up to your SP column, whatever that is. SP is right here. Click right there, F2. Drag it all the way down. Just drag it all the way down. Look, 7. You probably don't have to go this far down, but I just play it safe. And hit enter. So right now there's none of them. C. So you want to hit equals sum tab. Now you want to go to your catcher column. Do the same thing right here. Yeah, I just went this far down because I know there's going to be a day where there's like 10 games on and there's going to be like 870 players that I'm going to have to sift through. And if you paste it and it overwrites this stuff down here that we're doing right now, oh my god, you're gonna be so pissed because you're gonna have to watch this terrible video I'm making all over again just to figure out how to do this. Equals sum in first base tab. Back up and pick all the first base columns. Formulas are all set for our numbers of players, but now we have to tell these boxes how many players they need to look for in each one. So we'll do that here. Players. Starting pitchers, DraftKings allows 2. They allow 1 catcher, 1 first base, 1 second, 1 third, 1 shortstop, and they allow 3 outfielders. Okay? So there you go. Number of players, a little different here, but so that's it. That is everything we have to type out in our spreadsheet. Everything. So now comes the important part. That add-on that you downloaded earlier, you want to go here, open it up, open Solver. Open Solver up. Okay? Now mine is already set. Actually, no, it's not. Perfect. Good. I thought it was. You have a blank open solver here. So what we're looking to do with this does the calculating here. What we want to do is maximize right here. We want to maximize our score, right? So which cell is our score cell? It's right here. You click it. That's the score cell. We want to maximize that. So click update and it will put that cell right there. D902. That's the end game of this whole thing we're doing. Everything we just did is to maximize the number in this cell right here. Okay? That's your objective cell. Now what we want to do is go to your variable cells. This box right here. These are the cells that it's going to look and calculate over. So we only need the cells that have players on them. So what you want to do is go to cell A2 all the way down to the last name. Right there, A226. Okay? And then click add to the variable cells. Right there. Those are the cells it's going to look at. Now, one important note. Every day this number is going to be different. Because every day there's different amounts of players on different slates. Sometimes you'll have 226. Sometimes you'll have 700 players. Whatever number you have, you want to click this. Let's say you wanted to change it. You click it tomorrow and there's 500 players. What you want to do is go up to A2 again and drag it all the way down to wherever the last number of players is tomorrow. If it's 500, you'd stop here, whatever, and click update. And now it would check all those cells. Today we don't need that many because it's a little slow, so we just want to do the cells we need. Click it and we'll just do the cells we need, which is only 226. Update. Those are the variable cells. Those are the cells they're going to look at. Next come the constraints. We're almost done, guys. I promise this is the end stretch. Toughest part, but it's the end stretch. The constraints tell OpenSolver how to get the highest number in cell D902. The constraints, all that means is rules, okay? So our first rule, we have to have 10 players, no more, no less, right? So this number right here, 10, we want that to be 10. So you want this cell right here, add new constraint, selected constraint, A902. That cell needs to equal 10. So that cell needs to equal this cell, which has the number 10 in it, right there. So pretty much whatever number is in A902 has to equal A904. So this number is always going to be 10 at the end. It's going to select 10 players. And then you click Save. There's your first constraint. A902 equals A904, right there. Our next constraint is our salary. We can't go over $50,000, right? Let's tell the program that, or whatever this thing is. We want this number not to go over 50,000, so update it with that cell that you have to click on the cell, by the way, before you hit update, or it's going to tell you to go fuck yourself. Cell C902 needs to be, and it's already on it, it needs to be less than or equal to 50,000, which is in this cell. You click this cell and you update it down there. So whatever's in 902 needs to be less than or equal to C904. Save. Okay, that's done. Next, you need to tell it how many players it needs to pick of each position. If you don't do this, it's going to give you like 1,000 players, and it's going to like maximize your score to 8 trillion gazillion or some nonsense. Trust me, because I went through this trying to figure this crap out. You want this number to equal this number. So what do? It's self-explanatory right there. You want this cell that I'm selecting needs to equal whatever's in this cell. So we need 2 starting pitchers. So G901 needs to equal H901. Save. And you go all the way down and do that again. C901 needs to equal, I'm sorry, that was G901, sorry, needs to equal H901. Save. G902 needs to equal H902, so on and so forth. 903, don't listen to me, I'm tired. You get the point though. This one right here, second baseman one, needs to equal 1, because that's all the DraftKings allows. Save it. And all you're doing right now is telling OpenSolver this. Hey, DraftKings only allows 1 third baseman. Go and find it for me. Right there. Equal G9 H905. Perfect. Oh God, we're almost done. Thank God we're almost done. I need a drink. Strong alcoholic beverage to get me through this. If you are still watching this video, oh my God, you have patience. And this one needs to equal 3 outfielders, so that's all we're allowed. And alright, one other thing you got to do in order for this whole thing to work. You need to make whatever, you want to take A2, go all the way down to the last name, and once again, guys, so important, every time, every day you have to change this too. You want to select that. You want to make them binary. So you selected it, you want to update those A2 through A226 BIN. Binary. Without this, nothing works, guys. This is the spine. Nothing works without it. Save that. Excuse me. Good Lord, I need a drink. And every day, like I said, you select that. You'd highlight this, the column A that has, you know, all the way down to the last name in column B, and you'd update it every single day, because that's very important. Make sure those are binary or it's not going to work. All right, there we go. Update it. It's binary. So if all went right in the world, this thing's going to work right now and give us a lineup. If it didn't, I'm probably going to punch myself in the face and go to bed. So let's give it a shot. By the way, you want to have your solver under Google Linear Solver. Make sure you have that. Make sure your sheet says Optimizer up here. There's a bunch of different ones. Don't worry about that. You want, this is going to be all your tabs that you made. You want it to be on the Optimizer tab. Otherwise, it's going to screw everything up. So You click Solve Model, and you pray to the gods that you did this right. It's going to go through all these names one at a time, and it's going to take their salaries and work magic. It's going to look at their projection scores. It's going to compare it to their salary. It's going to give you 2 SPs. It's going to give you 1 C. It's going to give you $1 million lineup. And you can see how slow it goes. Hopefully yours is faster, but it's just going through all the players right now. Where'd it go? It's on 41 right now. You can see the number 1. This is it, just going through the info right there, slowly, slowly, slowly. And by the way, the lineup I had today, opening day, was I think 725 players or something like that. It took about 18 minutes every time I tried to solve this model, and I messed it up for, I don't know, 27 times. You can imagine how frustrated I was before I made this video. So, you know, appreciate that. But anyways, you wait until this goes through. Go through. I know you're tired of hearing my voice, but just bear with me. We're almost done, guys. We're almost done. It's going to give you a lineup, I promise you. 131 out of 225. I guess take this time to promote my other videos, even though nobody looks at them. Share this page with other people who like money like me and you. But I've made one seriously for NBA as well, and the difference is phenomenal. I had 344 points in my NBA lineup last night. Ended up winning a bunch of money. It's all because of it. You could not know a lick about baseball, which I don't. I don't know who half these people are. I don't care. It doesn't matter. But it's going to tell you your best chance at winning money. And like I said, this is only 3 websites. This is Numberfire, Roto Grinders, Fantasy Pros. Oh, I think it worked. See, model solved, loading solution into sheet. It worked. So, you can see over here there's number 1s and 0s. 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, all that stuff. It's tough to see the 1s. The 1s are the ones that it's telling you to play. So to fix that, what you want to do is come up to column A. To make it easier to see, right-click it. Go to conditional formatting right here. Okay? Now, format cells if text contains 1. Done. See that? If it has the number 1, it's going to light up green. And you can easily see who it tells you to pick. God damn. So it gives you your 2 pitchers. God, I hope this was done right. A second baseman, a shortstop, an outfielder. Oh my God, it's working. It's working on the first try. Your first baseman, Pujols, he's a monster. But anyways, these are the people you pick. Your second outfielder, your third outfielder, your third baseman, and there you go, your catcher. That's your lineup. There you go, guys. There's your lineup for the night. And then you want to come down here, and it's going to tell you your projected points. All the way down here, your projected. I'll make this thing green. Conditionally format this thing. I don't know how to conditionally format it. I just want to fill it with a different color. There you go, money color. Your projected score is 103. Whatever that means in baseball, I don't know. I guess it's good. But as you can see, it picked 2 pitchers because you told it to. 1 of all of these because you told it to, and 3. It totaled 10 because you told it to, and it kept it just under 50,000 because you told it to. So I'm going to go have a ice cold beer, something very strong. I don't know what kind yet because this was torturous. I really hope you guys win some money. I hope you appreciate this video because I just want to go jump off a bridge right now, and I probably will. But anyways, thank you so much for sticking this out. God, I hope this thing isn't... Oh my God, it's an hour long. Oh, all right, guys. Good luck. Goodbye. Follow me.